Nighttime, and the three crazies in the lady van. There goes Kenji making music on his phone. Baby Noe, I don't know what she's doing. Prince is up here in his hammock. Legend, show your face. Down here.
This is my face. You happy?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Oh yeah, this is Jerry.
Alright, Legend is laying over there in his spot on his phone. That's the setup, and this is our bed back here. There's a little mess on our table over there, but our TV is up there. We still haven't used it yet, but
This is where the magic goes down and where the good stuff happens at.
okay.
And where we eat snacks. And
That's
also my little setup from when I watch movies at
What?
night.
Oh yeah,
I got
bought
that
a thing for
little-
like $5, right?
Thing that goes around your neck.
And she put her phone there,
Mm-hmm.
and she'll put it right there and lay down and just watch a movie.
Mm-hmm. And I got my little Bluetooth speaker here.
Yep.
And I just watch my movies at night. So I really don't need the TV right now, but
We'll get the flash adapter, whatever it's called.
the Miracast thing.
The mirror casting. See, her locks are fresh. I just
Thank you.
retwisted them last night. Yeah,
You retwisted them last
Yeah.
night.
We got one of our fans up there. The second one is up there. So we have two fans that run to keep it nice and cool in here for us and the
But
kids.
just a side note, those are fans you plug in because right now we're on a friend's property and they have a power pole out here, so we're hooked up to external power. But when we're not hooked up to external power, we have battery operated fans and then USB operated fans as well.
And we do plan on getting, what is it called?
Small power banks for the fans. Or
No, not that. What that thing? That big thing. What is it called? That uses gas.
Oh, the generator. Yeah.
We do plan on getting a generator. But that's a story for another time.
Sorry for another time.
Right now, we're gonna make a quick video tonight talking about the cons of VanLife, and we've had some people requesting asking us because we did a video talking about the reason why we VanLife, the positive and all that stuff. So people want to see the other side, and that's me.
You have the other side?
No. Yes. You use no picture? Okay, make your music. Anyway, so okay, so I guess it's different for everybody, but for us, I don't think we necessarily call it cons, right? I think it's more like adjustment, things you have to adjust to. You know what I mean? Like for instance, the first thing that comes to mind is bathroom. Now, obviously with kids it's different, right? And with 4 kids on top of that, it's very different. It's a lot more. There's a lot more to it. But yeah, so bathroom, there's a lot of adjustment there. Because when you're home, you use the bathroom whenever you feel like it. So now, before we go settle down wherever we're sleeping at, we make sure everybody uses the bathroom. We'll stop, sit down somewhere and relax for like a half an hour. Make sure everybody uses the bathroom once, twice, right?
Yeah.
Before we shower and call it a night.
And then I guess at night, if there's any instances where someone has to use the bathroom overnight, specifically the boys and him, then we have just an empty, water bottle that we've used throughout the day, but a water bottle that's empty and they go and pee in it. I think we just bought a bucket for me and Noe.
Yeah, because what we plan to do is get in the compost toilet. They have different ones. We've seen some good ones that was like, I think $60, and it has a different compartment. I guess the urine can go down further, whatever it is, But we'll get a compost toilet, you know what I mean, and that's how we're gonna ride with that one. And so that's
online I have seen, and I meant to tell you about this, but I have seen like it's kind of like a bottle, right? Like a jug almost, but it's got a funnel on it, and you pee into it. But it's a urinal on the go for ladies. But you got to get it on Amazon, so it's something worth considering for me and Noe specifically.
Right.
To, and it has a closed top, and so it won't spill. Basically, so it's kind of like your pee bottle thing, but it's for us with a funnel. So because we don't have a penis per se, so it's got to catch differently.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the first thing will be, you know, that's the one, the first thing we're talking about, bathroom. What's next?
What other cons? Okay, so someone mentioned about us always being in each other's space. Like, you know, the kids always right next to us. Me and you are always next to each other. And I just want to say we've kind of gotten over that. You and I have been kind of inseparable since we got together. And I came with the son, Legend, and then we had our children shortly thereafter. Our children together shortly thereafter. But that would be one of them, Mr. Big Eyes. Yeah, you. Mm-hmm. Yes. But we
Mama,
haven't.
I want to eat eggs.
Okay, yeah, tomorrow. We haven't had anyone to take the children for us, so we've kind of gotten used to it being us and the kids, like, since they were born. You know what I mean? Like, when we worked, it was just us. I mean, we did have your brother for a little while. We did have a family friend, but they weren't too reliable. And on occasion, my mother when we lived in New York City. But, like, really outside of that, it's just been really you and I that we've kind of depended on, you know, switching out. So, we're not at the point where we need a break. We understand that we've chosen to live a certain way, and live in a much smaller space than like a house per se. So we understand that, yeah, we're going to be on top of each other. Kids are going to be there. They're going to be on top of each other. And they kind of get that as well. At least we're kind of training them to get that as well.
But you know what it is with us, though, about the whole being around the kids all the time? It's kind of like, to piggyback on what you said, I feel like we're trained for this, right? Because we've had the kids around us 24/7 since they were born. Mm-hmm. Now we've never had, it's never been a situation where we had, you know,
grandmas to go to,
right,
or auntie and uncle come and pick them up and spend time with them, or cousins to go extensively. You know, it's just been mom and dad, mom and dad, mom and dad, mom and dad, mom and dad. So
it's never a thing where, you know, where they crowd our space, something like that, you know,
or where they cry to go visit someone else.
There's
no one else to visit.
Yeah, or you know, people say, oh, you know, don't let crowd your space. No, we've managed that, and it's not a situation where it's like, you know, well, we're just going to deal with it. No, it's really just, you know, her and I, we've learned to function within that, you know, within that kind of setting.
And more specifically, me, like when we had a house, my space was playing my video games, right?
Right.
That's how I created like a break for myself. Was I take out time, or, you know, at the end of the night, if he was working, and I would go play my video games extensively, right? 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, especially if he was working overnight. Or just some part during the day, I'd say, okay, I need to go upstairs. I need to go in the room, and I need to go play my video games. In this instance, since I don't have, like, the power to play video games, or I sold my console, it's just, okay, now it's been my movies, all right? At the end of the night, I'm going to go watch my movie. Or if I feel like I need it sometime during the day, I detach mentally. I'm still here. They're still calling me, mama, mama, mama. But I just move away and I go into my, you know, my little thing for a little while. Word search, writing, poetry, Facebook, whatever. You know what I mean? So, but I'm still here. Physically, I'm still here. Mentally, I'm sort of kind of not. That's how I create my space. I don't have to remove myself from the situation. I remove myself from the situation in other ways.
It's yeah, because it's never been a thing for us where it's like, okay, I'm gonna go hang out with my boys on Friday night.
No, I don't have
right?
any boys.
Well,
I don't have any girls.
Well, yeah, or you go hang out. You know what I'm saying? So we've never had that.
It's babe, what do you want to do?
You know, we've kind of been that person for each other for the longest. I mean, ever since you know we met. So it's a little different for us, but yeah. So that's kind of how we deal with that. What else? Okay, so the other thing is, you know, sleeping arrangement, right? So maybe you used to have a king size bed in your house, you know, depending on what you have, because we have a regular bed. It's not even
this is my king size bed.
It's not even. It's not even as big as a 15 passenger, you know. But we have a full size thing that we're sleeping on. It's a futon. We do plan when we get to where we're going. We plan on taking it out and build a bed and get a mattress. You know, it'll be a lot more comfortable that way. But again, it's just adjustment. I mean, you sleep in the same kind of bed. You know what I mean? It's just it's in a van instead of being in maybe in a bigger room or whatever. You know?
And I think being comfortable, being next to him, living a different lifestyle outweighs my desire to want my own bed or want my own space. You know what I mean? Or, you know, I got to have my house look at a certain way. I got to have my bathroom. Like, this right here is doing it for me. Those other things, not really on the list of things I quite care for right now.
And you kind of look at things differently. Like, okay, so like the shower thing, right? So, you know, we shower a lot. When we're in the city, when we're in the, you know, like when we in Tulsa in the city, we could shower in the van, right? Like we had the, you know, the bin put in the right in the middle. She'll wash up fully, I'll wash up, the kids will wash up, you know. And we'll do it, then we'll get dressed and then we'll step out. You know, but when we're like, you know, in the country setting further out, whatever, like we really want to, we'll step out and shower outside. And it's like the best thing.
Yeah,
oh my God.
It's been the best one. Especially after like a hot and muggy day. And this summer has been, you know, everybody know, right? This summer's been hell, like as far as the heat. And so it is just like and I'm not a cold shower person. I've never been a cold shower person. Like cold shower, I'm like, oh, dread it. I don't know how you do it. That's his thing, right? That's not my thing. But as of now, that's my thing. Like, all right, I can wash up cold water, like, especially after a whole day outside. It feels relaxing to come back, set up, put everything up, get the shower soap, scrub, and then just pour cold water all over my body. Also, the other thing, because I know someone had asked about how do we cool ourselves off, taking that cold shower at the end of the day, if my hair wasn't, you know, newly retwisted, I would usually just pour water all over my head. And just cooling my body with the water from head to toe, the best feeling. You know, minus Noe coming in between us and stepping on my head and sleeping in my space. I've slept pretty well.
And another thing is, you know, like when we slept in the city when we were in Tulsa, the last time we slept on the streets in the city when we'll park, you know. And, you know, I've heard people talking about, like, noises, you know. Sometimes it gets noisy because you're in a van and you're basically right down the road. The thing is, though, I don't know, you know, if you're light sleep or whatever, but for me, or for us, once we fall asleep, right, you pretty much go to sleep. Like, we haven't had any complaining in our sleep about, you know, noise, something like that. You know, we sleep right through it.
Haven't heard anything.
You know? And it's just what I talk about, being stealth, right? Whatever, you know. Once you're able to just kind of get a routine going, you know, even with the kids, you know, get a routine. What we would do, like, you know, like in a city setting, we'll stop somewhere and do all our cleanup. You know, preset the van to, you know, to bedtime, and then when we get to our location, everybody just get in their spots. Right. You know.
In the city, when we were doing it within the city limits. At night, we didn't shower. We just didn't shower.
Right. We didn't shower at night. Right. We shower in the morning. Right. We shower once a day.
And that's the other thing, right? So it's not really a con. Some people might say it's a con. Oh, I don't get my 2 showers a day, but it ain't really a con. Like that one shower that we get, the amount of water that we use.
And that's the thing.
Wait the next morning.
No lie, and that's I'm talking about both her and I. We'll wash up fully from top to bottom, and I think the most water I've used by myself has been 2 gallons, maybe 1.5 gallons.
I mean, one time we washed up with 3 gallons for everybody.
For everybody, yeah.
We got 3 gallons for a family.
And everybody washed up fully, you know, comfortable, you know. So it's not so much kind, it's really just adjustment. This video is already about 14 minutes long.
Oh, you enjoy it though.
yeah. So I don't want to, you know, make like a 20-minute video for you guys. I don't like to make it too long. But those are some of the things that we thought about, you know, the shower part, the bathroom, noise, you know, getting used to a smaller space. Yeah. You know, it's a mindset. If you set yourself up mentally for it, you know, we're very comfortable. Like I said, you know, I'm about 6 feet. You know,
5'7".
And I lay here, you know, see my legs are all the way down there. And when I lay down, you
and combined, we're about 500 pounds.
I'm fully comfortable.
I didn't mean that disrespectfully, but I'm a big girl. He's a big dude, so
you know, so
we make it work.
It's very comfortable. If something that you're thinking about, there's not really a lot of cons.
Oh,
It's really
and maybe
just
another
adjustments.
con might be safety. Right now we haven't had any safety issues.
No.
We've stayed at rest stops, apartment communities, Walmart, Cracker Barrel. Where else have we stayed at? Flying J for almost 2 weeks.
The regular
We
street.
got that in a regular street.
We've stayed in a lot of different places already, and we've been,
Yeah, and
we haven't had any safety issues.
Anybody peering in the van? I mean, I don't know. Maybe they did. We was asleep.
We closed once everything is closed up properly. It just looks like a car that's parked. That's what it looks like.
The doors are locked. I'm a light sleeper, so I can hear just about anything. If I'm not really, really tired. So, safety's not really a concern at this point in time. But for future, we will have stuff in here. We don't plan to just be in here and just be like...
No, we'll have things for, security measure to make sure, you know what I mean?
And most importantly, because of the political climate that's going on right now, we are doing our best to make sure that we are going to places and spaces that are for us. I'm in a Black VanLife group on Facebook, so if you are interested in joining the Black VanLife community, we are out there. It's called Black VanLife. And we're trying to, find spaces that we can get together and make it for us so that we are safe in that respect. There are also a couple of black-owned RV parks. I'd have to compile a list, and maybe I will tomorrow get all the places that I've come across through the Black VanLife group and the Black RVers group and ethnic campers, and put it up under here so that everyone knows of all the black RV parks, black-owned RV parks that are safe, where you can go and feel, safe around others who look like you. Because a lot of the non-melanated campers that I've come across are Trump supporters, and I know that with, all that rhetoric and the things that he likes to say, that's become a kind of hotbed of an issue, feeling safe in that space. So I just want to let you know that we're out there, we're taking care of that, and there's nothing to worry about on that respect. Have you fallen asleep?
No, I fell asleep.
Okay.
You went completely somewhere else?
No. I think that's important. Aside from like weaponry and stuff like that, mace and a billy bat and a baton and some other stuff, shotgun and things of that nature. I think it's important that I say that the most important thing as far as safety is, where do we go when we want to camp that we feel safe? And I think that needs to be mentioned, so people won't be like, okay, great, you've covered everything else, but what about the places to visit overnight? Where do I go? You know what I mean? So I think it's important that I put that out there, that we are out there, we're a community, we're working on spaces and places, get-togethers and whatnot, and then on top of that, there are black-owned RV parks that do allow all types of vehicles, and if not, then once I get the list, or you can search them, you can call up there and ask them what type of vehicles they take and whatnot, and then get your little van life party on.
Okay. And having said that,
Yep.
Thank you so much for joining our show.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's almost a 20-minute video, so we're
So what? They'll watch it, babes.
No, I know. I don't. It's not about who. It's not that. I just don't like to make long videos. It's annoying. Anyway, we'll see you next time.
Peace.
We'll do another topic tomorrow, and you guys have a good night. What's tomorrow's topic?
What's tomorrow's topic?
I forgot. I think I said.
We're talking about our marriage.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's topic that we want to discuss was about our marriage. Did we lose anything within our marriage, our sex life possibly, by choosing to van life with little to no space with 4 kids? You'll see.
Stay tuned.